Hey BTP fans, Robbie here. I'm joined with
Janine!
And we have some awesome salamanders
Yay!
to look at, some space marines. So Janine, why don't you tell us a little bit about these figures we got here?
Awesome, so these were, they were made to be a pre-heresy Forge World Space Marine army. You can see they've got a lot of different types of Forge World's pre-heresy like pieces to them. They've got a couple different mark armors or whatever they're called. They were done with a kind of a lighter, almost a more army camo-y green versus like the traditional salamanders green, which I think turned out really well and gave them a really interesting look. I actually really like the way that the colors played with this against the like the lava on the bases, the way that this green made them kind of pop. So
makes it stand out really nice.
Yeah, and gave them a little bit of diversity from your traditional salamanders. And they were a lot of fun to paint. They had a lot of cool like freehand and weathering and Forge World and just all sorts of fun stuff as a painter that, you know, was just a blast. Stuff you don't get to paint very often, so. One of the things that was really fun about this project was, I mean, they're salamanders, so they've all got the magma basing, and we got a bunch of the custom resin magma bases for them. And, you know, it's kind of a lighter green, and then red and green are kind of contrasting colors. So, you know, you've got a lot of reds in the lava, and then greens in the armor, and that made them really kind of pop out. And I got to do a lot of fun stuff with the golds, doing true metallic metals. I've had fun playing with non-metallic metals, but true metallic metals are also fun.
They look really nice, especially on this dreadnought. You can see there's lots of, it's not just like a flat gold color. Yeah. But there's like some depth to it and some different colors in there. Looks really good. You can see a lot on the top there.
I also got to play around with a bunch of different types of grays. Because the bases obviously were going to be kind of a, you know, lava rock, and so they were going to have more of a true gray to them. But then I also wanted kind of to use a gray to do a lot of the salamanders decals and stuff, so I picked kind of a warmer gray. It's actually a color called stone gray, so that I could do multiple different grays on the same piece, but they would have different colors and different effects to them.
Alright, here we've got some tanks that are with it, the army, and these are all pre-heresy, I believe, so they're a little bit variants of the regular stuff.
Yeah, all, you know, Forge World resin, very heavy duty. And what was cool with the tanks and a lot of the bigger pieces was I really got to play around with my new airbrush, which was fun to do, try out some new techniques. So there's multiple layers of airbrushing on these, and then after I got them airbrushed and highlighted, I went through and I did a little bit of kind of streaking down the sides with some very watery paint to kind of weather them up just a little bit, and then I highlighted the edges, and then I really went to town with the weathering, which was a lot of fun. I guess I did do the freehand before the weathering so that you know, the bullet holes are over the freehand, as if, you know, because that gets scratched up with the rest of the tank.
Yeah, freehand is pretty awesome, all that fire effect, and looks really good, and the bullet holes and the scratches, and
yeah,
it all looks really nice together.
Weathering is a lot of fun to do. I mean, it gives the tank a lot of personality, and you can kind of like have certain patches where you're like, oh yeah, this is where you got attacked by this weapon, and this is where this happened. So, yeah, I try to make them all look individual, but cohesive, so, you know, they've all got the same kind of freehand, but they're all, you know, in different places. There's a little bit of source lighting on some of the lenses, but I didn't want to go overhand because they've already got a lot going on. So, and then one of the fun details was that I think is very subtle, but really kind of made them pop since they were pretty high level tanks, was picking out all the little rivets. It's something that you don't notice right away, but it does give it a lot of dimension, and after I did it, I thought it worked very effectively. I also like the ways that I painted the metals on these. They're kind of a little bit beaten up metal, not super shiny or glossy, and that was fun. So
awesome. We're going to be doing some painting tutorials on weathering on our Patreon channel, so we'd love you guys to check that out. Take a look at it if you want to know, get more tips and helpful hints on how to do weathering. Go check out our Patreon page.